I had to unmute myself, y'all. I was muted. I was just saying, hey, y'all, thanks for coming in. Hey, Portia Kayla. Hey, KB. I'm glad you got your shirt yesterday. Hey, Carla. Hey, y'all. Thanks for joining me on this live. Everybody said they wanted a 6 o'clock live. It was a struggle about an hour ago because my energy levels just went down. Can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me talking now? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, good. Okay. All right, good, good, good. But I was just saying that you guys wanted a 6 o'clock live. I should have thought about that a little bit more because an hour ago I was tired. I was ready to get in the bed. Okay. I was ready to go ahead and just take me a good old nap, honey. But I was like, let me find me some energy so I can go ahead and get up and do this live quick chat for y'all. I was like, I don't know why the hell I gave them an option. I don't know why I did that. See, had I done it at 1, I would be okay, but a lot of people wanted it at 6. I want to give you guys what it is that you want. Okay, because I definitely appreciate y'all. All right. So I just have a few topics, not a whole lot, but we're just gonna, chit chat about a few things. Can y'all do me a favor while I have everybody in here? If you have not already, please do me this big, big, big favor and like the video for me, please. Like the video. Like the video. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody that's coming in. Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into some of the topics and stuff. So the first topic I have is Janet Jackson. Okay, Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake. So Janet Jackson made a post the other day, and her post said, "Always choose to heal, not to hurt, to forgive, not to despise, to persevere, not to quit, to smile, not to frown, and to love, not to hate." So then Justin Timberlake's former manager thought that it would be so awesome for him to go up under her post and tell her that she needed to take her own advice and go ahead and forgive Justin. And I just kind of felt like, who are you to tell this lady what it is that she needs to do? Who are you, sir? Now, granted, the incident did happen like a long time ago. I think I was like probably right out of high school when all of this happened, when they were performing at the Super Bowl, and then he like ripped off a piece of her costume and it exposed her breast. And considering the fact that her breast was covered, I really thought that it was all a part of the act. But Janet actually lost some deals due to that. She was supposed to be in the Lena Horror movie, I believe, and they snatched that from her. So she lost a lot of stuff. So I mean, you would think she probably would be over it, and I'm sure that she is, and maybe she has forgiven him and just not forgotten about it. And maybe he just doesn't know that she's forgiving him, but she's just like, I don't have to tell you I forgive you. Forgiveness is for me. I'm gonna just move forward. What you do on your end is what you do on your end. So it could have been that, but for the manager to come up and just try and get up under this lady post and tell her something, sir, you're an ex-manager, and I'm sure that you're an ex-manager for a reason. So leave Miss Janet alone and let her do whatever it is that she wants to do. And that's on P. He was so foul for that, and look how long it took Justin to form that phony apology. Exactly. And Justin was able to go on, and I think he actually performed on the Super Bowl, and a lot of the deals that he had on the table always came through. He was able to go on and make more albums. He was able to go on and do more movies and stuff like that. So I don't think the incident that took place at the Super Bowl all those years ago, I don't think he lost anything. I think Janet was the one that lost out on a lot of stuff. So yeah, like don't hop up under her comments and tell her nothing. I'm sure he got dragged for that. So you could just fall back and worry about what you got going on over there, sir. Go find you another client that you can manage. That's what you need to do. Manage your own team. Okay, but that's really all I had about the Janet situation. Oh, I did see a comment that I really love. Somebody said in the comments, they said, no black man should be telling a black woman that she should be forgiving a white man for anything. And I said, ding, 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 ding. I can appreciate that all day. All day. Don't tell me what I need to do about anything like that. I agree with that all day, especially when that white man played a role in her losing a lot of deals and things. So who the fuck are you? Don't we're not gonna do that over here. So I really appreciated that comment. It didn't hurt Justin. Yeah, yeah, they blackballed her. When you white, you're gonna be all right, no consequences. Clearly, that's what it is. So let's move on to something else real quick. Southside and Kodak Black. Child, first of all, I'm not a fan of Kodak. I do not understand the hype. Thank you, KB. I do not understand the hype at all. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This made me sad, but I kind of didn't want him to get out of prison. I was kind of like, he fine. He fine where he at. Y'all leave him over there. What he need to come out for? What's out here? He ain't missing nothing at all. Clearly, he been tweeting. He been on Instagram. He been doing everything he want to do in prison. So what you missing? You already living the life inside. So why you got to come out? Let him stay where he at. We don't need, like, it's okay. But anyway, you know, Kodak has come out. He's always gonna be reckless, right? And I do remember at one point, I do believe that he told Carisha at some point that I think when she was pregnant that he would kick her in her stomach or something like that. He said I think they had some little exchange when he was locked up, I think. And next thing you know, I see a live where he's on that same live and well, not the same live, but he's on a live and he's saying her name like Carisha Brownlee. And I'm like, is that her last name? You giving out this girl whole government name? Of course we could go look it up, but still, you just saying her name, Carisha Brownlee, Carisha Brownlee. Then he goes on to say 8080808, and I'm like, what is this about? So obviously he and Southside have some type of beef, and y'all know Southside do not play about Carisha. He do not play about Carisha at all. He just had to let Uzi have it on last week to let him know, don't you ever come at my girl like that ever again, like on your life. Okay, I'm the one that protected you from being robbed by Offset. I've been over here being your saving grace, but when it comes to her, she off limits. So he ain't playing that game. So last week it was Uzi. This week is Kodak. I don't know who the hell is going to be on next week. So Southside took to his social media to go live and let him know, like, we could bump. Whenever, however you want to do it, we could bump, but don't bring no people. I won't bring nobody. It could just be me and you, and we really could bump. We could really get it in. And I was like, oh my God, you just trying to fight everybody today, huh? You just got hands for everyone. Next thing you know, we found out that Kodak black security guard was actually shot down in Tallahassee at a McDonald's. Somebody was like trailing them, following them, trying to like block them in certain areas. I guess their whole goal was kind of like shoot at Kodak. They ended up shooting the security guard. And not saying that Southside has anything to do with this, but when it's situations that, like, when y'all going at it and then something happens to that person, to somebody in that person's camp, you are the first person they're gonna be looking at. Like, okay, you're gonna be the first one they coming to question you about certain things when it came to the assaults or whatever happened. So it's kind of like, just be a little mindful of how you portray yourself out here on social media, because you can mess around and get yourself caught up, sir, for sure. A walking failed school system. You talking about Kodak, honey? Yes, he could have stayed his ass in prison. We did not need him out at all. Carisha hasn't been doing anything though. What you mean? You mean like she just hasn't been bothering anybody? If that's what you mean, I agree. I haven't really seen her bother anybody. She's just been chilling, minding her business. And I don't know, I guess that was his way of getting at Southside for some reason. So he had to speak on Carisha in order to get his attention. So that's what it's looking like over there. But we're going to move on over. We was just talking about Tallahassee and the security guard getting shot. So we about to move over and talk about Miami real quick. I know I'm running right on through this thing. So y'all know, like a few weeks back, or maybe like a week or two ago or whatever, like it was like spring break. A lot of people went down to Miami because they wanted to hang out and stuff. They was trying to tell them, y'all really ain't got to come here for all of that. Well, they put a curfew out there for the people, but people did not give not one day. And they was all in the street. I mean, they packed the street out. And I was like, I know it ain't the locals. I know for a motherfucker. Because locals, when they be in the city, it ain't that deep for them. When they be in the city, it's like, I live here. It's really not that serious. I don't even understand the hype of why everybody even comes here or whatever. So I know it wasn't the locals. It was nothing but out of towners in them streets, packed to gods. You would have thought it was a whole different type of protest going on. And I guess they was protesting their right to still hang out, even though the curfew was set for a certain time. Well, after that incident happened, as well as a young woman being killed around that same time in a hotel due to a whole nother situation, the governor is now, well, at least the mayor of Atlanta, he's now calling for a 2 a.m. like close for all bars, and it could potentially be earlier than that. And I just think that shit is quite funny. Y'all went down there trying to hang out, trying to party. They call time was at what, 5 a.m. when they start closing up, wrapping up the bars and stuff. Now they probably gonna be wrapping this shit up much sooner than that. So now what you gonna do? And y'all gonna keep playing with this man when he moved to 2 a.m. Y'all gonna keep playing with this man. He gonna make it 11 p.m. And I ain't gonna do nothing but cackle, because here's the gag: we still in the pandemic. Everybody is springtime. Everybody's so excited. They want to go out. They want to hang out. They want to have a good time. I completely understand, but we still in the pandemic. A lot of people going out here getting these vaccinations, getting these vaccines and stuff, and they think that they still can't get sick. They think that they not gonna give it to somebody else. Yeah, you may think that you're not gonna get sick because you got the vaccine now and that you're safe. No, there are still people getting the vaccine and they're still getting sick, and you still can affect someone else. But I mean, okay, it's y'all life. Y'all risk it if y'all want to. Have fun. Good luck. Okay, do what you want to do. But I don't feel bad for them at all. So if he shuts that shit down at 2 a.m., 12 a.m., 11 p.m., oh well, goddamn, because we still in a pandemic. The cases are not going down. Let me read some of y'all comments. Hi, Sharice Woods. Welcome, welcome. Yep, still out, wilding out. Still out, wilding out. Yeah, I don't think Miami, well, they didn't used to close, so they closed at 5 a.m. But another thing about Miami, I want to say that's what y'all get, because y'all didn't close at all during the pandemic. From my understanding, the state had always been wide open. Same thing with Georgia. So if they came out and some shit like that happened in Georgia, it's like, oh well, gonna have to deal, because y'all should have shut the state down. So that's what happens. People go where it's open. So I mean, it is what it is, honey. We just gonna scoot right along, scoot on over to somebody else, some fools. Let's get into Walmart, honey. Y'all, this case is so funny to me for some reason. It is quite hilarious. Hold on, let me pull it up. I thought it was so funny to me. So a former North Carolina Walmart employee charged after plowing the car through the aisle. So I originally saw this story on TikTok. And at first I thought the girl was just making some shit up. I didn't see her face or anything, but she was literally just telling the story. She was just like, y'all, let me tell you about this story, whatever. And she was talking about how she was like, this man got fired from Walmart. And he went back to Walmart for 2 weeks straight, acting like he was still an employee, walking around telling people what to do, what they can't do. Just like life was normal for him. I'm like, did he not know he was fired or something? So he just walking around, just got his same work attire on, just showing up to work, not getting not one check, had been laid off. And I'm like, how did nobody else in the building know? How nobody else knew this man was not supposed to be there? So he did that for 2 weeks. So I don't know if he was caught. And the people said, oh, baby, you're not supposed to be here. What the hell are you doing? So to keep us from calling the cops on you, we're going to need you to go ahead and go. Whatever it was, he must have shook it, because they saying that Lacey Cordell Gentry, a 32-year-old former North Carolina Walmart employee, they done charged this man with 2 felony counts after plowing through the door. So they're saying on Friday morning, April 2nd, he went around at 6 a.m. and he drove through the damn store at 6 a.m. He just bust through the doors and started driving down the aisles while customers are in there, just going up and down the aisles. Just what the fuck? Like, just going, just like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess this is his most recent mug shot. I would assume the man may be on something. I'm not really sure there, but eventually, he was caught, he was arrested or whatever. But it's just the audacity for me. It's the audacity. So I mean, that shit was hilarious. And when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, this is the same story that this girl was talking about over on TikTok. And I didn't catch the fact that it was the same story. So now I know that she was telling the truth. And that right there was just, I'm like, wow, I ain't even know niggas still do shit like that. But okay then. But we're gonna move on, because we know he owed him a lot of money. But I want to speak on somebody else that owes somebody a whole lot of money. And we're gonna go ahead and get into this man right here, Orange Bandit. Yes, absolutely. So he is going to have to pay back $122 million in campaign donations. I mean, at one point it was like 22 million, I think, and then the number changed, and then now he went up to 122 million. So they're saying that Trump has been forced to pay back his supporters after they were reportedly duped into making reoccurring payments for his 2020 campaign. Trump's fundraising campaign allegedly tricked his supporters into signing up a subscription-based plan instead of making a one-time payment. If that ain't some Jen Shah shit, I don't know what to tell you. What the fuck? And I hate to say it, but that's what y'all motherfuckers get, because y'all should have been supporting that man. No way. Okay, him and his motherfucking antics. Now you done got looped in some shit. Okay, and you over here trying to figure out how you can get your money back. But it's about spent like a month now. It's spent, it's gone. Child, embarrassing. So that's all I can really say about that, is that's what y'all get. Y'all got to be a little bit quicker than that, be a little bit smarter than that. I wonder if he's going to ever pay it back. I don't think so. We never saw his taxes before or after his quote unquote presidency. So, yeah, I think he's going to come up with another scheme to not have to pay these people they $122 million. Yikes. Embarrassing. But we gonna move on because we over here talking about people stealing, taking money, not giving it back. Y'all know we got to talk about y'all girl Jen Shah. That's all Jen Shah has been doing. So y'all know she was caught up. You know, she was arrested while she was filming on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She was able to bail out. And in order for her to bail out, she had some restrictions or whatever. And I'll get into that as I read. So she can't really be in contact with her assistant. But overall, she had some type of telemarketing scheme where she was scamming the people. Old people at that, stealing their money, taking their money, gooping them in on whatever telemarketing call she can goop them in on, and not being able to get them their money back. Like, not every time they try to get a refund, she was creating the issue so they couldn't get it. So it's saying that the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City's Jen Shah has entered a not guilty plea of fraud charges. The reality star is accused of stealing from hundreds of victims in a telemarketing scheme. A New York City, let me go back up, a New York City federal judge gave her stricter bail conditions once a prosecutor alluded to her hiding profits from her alleged scheme. She out here hiding money too, girl. Let me tell you, it ain't looking good for Miss Jen. Like, it's not, girl. This is funny, girl. You finna go to jail. You gonna be in jail. Federal agents seized debit cards from her home that were connected to the account of a shell company. The attorney goes on to say, the opposing attorney says, Jen Shah has not demonstrated a willingness to disclose her assets. The reality star is still out on $1 million bail that was secured with $250,000 in cash or with property. Two additional people co-signed on it. I wonder who those two additional people were. Who were the two? Maybe it was her aunt that she was in the car with when they came and arrested her, and it could have been her husband. I wonder who those two other people were. She and her assistant, Stuart Smith, are also not allowed to speak to one another. They can't leave Utah, and they can't partake in any telemarketing things. And I'm like, I'm sure they don't want to take in any telemarketing things if they got caught. But both of them are pleading to be not guilty. That's what they're saying. But she also mentioned that she's learning who her true friends are or something. And I'm over here like, girl, they probably learning who you are as a friend to them. Out here stealing from people. That probably was their aunties, their grandmamas, their mamas, their granddaddies, their cousins you over here stealing from. Y'all can't tell me that somebody on that set don't have somebody that they know or in their family that was affected by the schemes of Jen Shah. While she's sitting up here telling some she know who her true friends are. No, this whole time you've been over here running amok in the palace, and behind the scenes been running them up. Like, you've really been out here stealing. You've been out here making people feel a way about themselves, about certain issues that you guys have had on the show. But the whole time you've been a fraud. This entire time you've been a whole ass fraud. I feel sorry for her sons. I don't know how they taking this news and this embarrassment. Child, that's a whole lot. And I pray to God they got every piece of this coming into the next season, because I have to see it. I have to see it. I have to. Jen is definitely going to do some time. This reminds me of I Care a Lot on Netflix. Absolutely. And the fact is, when I started watching I Care a Lot, I mean, first of all, it was just wrong and trifling. But what killed me, and if this is a spoiler alert, was how the man whose mom got taken up illegally, he went into business with this hoe. And all I could think about was how these corporations be goofing us into thinking that everything is so legit and everything is so awesome because they got these good damn commercials to go along with it, and the right people on their team, and got these little pamphlets and shit. Like, they make things seem like it's so legit when the whole time it really is a scam. The fuck, girl, y'all can't tell me insurance ain't no scam. I don't care what nobody say. I've already vented about that, but y'all know how I feel about it. Like, that's the whole fucking scam. Period. I said what I said. I'll survive Jen Shah coming soon. I'm sure. I can't wait to hear what all of her castmates have to say about this, especially her husband, who always feels the need to come to her defense, which I understand because that is indeed your wife. But how you gonna speak on this part right here? He's always trying to translate what it is that she's saying. And I'm like, okay, let me see how you're going to translate this to the judge, okay? Without criminalizing yourself, okay? So how this right here going to work? I thought the same thing about that man going into business with her, all just about scamming. Yes, he was a big scamming. So yeah, it definitely sounds like I care a lot. And the midget is a Jen Stewart. I mean, not Jen Stewart, but Jen's assistant Stewart. That's all I'm seeing. If y'all have not seen that show, like y'all have to watch it. It's a movie actually on Netflix. It's super good. Super good. I like that she got what was coming to her at the end, but I really was not expecting it. But it's funny how you do things to people, and karma may not hit you right then. It may not hit you the next year, but in a few years, that karma gonna hit you. So be careful. I hope they show her. I hope they show her getting arrested on the show. That would be really good if they did. Because I want to see all of it. I want to see her reaction when she got the phone call. I'm hoping that they had the mics on, the audio on, so that we can even hear what was happening on the phone. I want to see her go skip off to her aunt, link up with her. I want to see them pulling her over on the highway or wherever it was they pulled her over. I want to see her. I pray they had a camera on her husband. Well, he had to call her too. That's what else I want to see. I want to be all in it. And for that, I think next season is probably going to be really good because y'all know she's probably still filming post this situation. So that next season is going to be good. Anytime you cannot explain your job, that's the first problem. Jen is a mean person. Her character on the show was atrocious. Yeah, she was very much so out of line. But I think this situation is likely going to humble her a lot. She's already trying to put stuff off on her friends by saying, I see who my true friends are and this, that, and the other. Like, girl, you was wrong. Like, that's what we want to hear you come out about. But of course, she can't victimize herself, or not victimize, but she can't say that she was a part of something. She can't admit to anything because then she probably gonna be going to jail. It's gonna go against her case. So she probably can't speak on that, which is what I prefer her to speak on, instead of trying to say that you know who your true friends are and all this other stuff. So, girl, you ain't been that good of a friend yourself even before this situation happened. You think Bravo put that 250,000 up? I don't know, because after I heard I'm probably gonna do a separate video on this or go live about LaToya and her man from Real Housewives of Atlanta. He was talking about she got paid $1,000 a show. I was like, oh, Bravo, that cheap? So if they that cheap, honey, I don't know if they put that 250,000 up for Miss Jen. They said it was two people though. And I should have known because it's like her husband is like what, a basketball coach. I'm like, girl, who he coaching? Who is he coaching the NBA team? Because y'all are living large, honey. You got all kind of assistants. You're constantly throwing these big old huge parties and stuff. So I'm like, what else does he do? Is he an investor? What else is going on? Whole time she was a scammer. Good night. Good night. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. She's more worried about her friends instead of scamming old people. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would like to hear an apology, but like I said, she probably can't admit to that because then something's going to go against her in court. And right now she's pleading as though she's not guilty. So it's unfortunate. Exactly. No friends want to be affiliated with the feds. I wouldn't. I mean, y'all see what's going on with T.I. and Tiny. Some of their friends, like, they slick distancing themselves. Like, they probably still hang out behind the scenes, but they may not get posted that much on their page. So you may not know that they cool still, because they don't want to be investigated or have anything to do with that. Everybody quick to come out with their statements and say what they say. So they don't really want to have anything to do with what's going on over there. So the same thing for Jen. Same thing for her. She could be let me go back to that comment. She could be a coach in the prison rec room. Good night. Oh my God. Anyone who goes on a reality television show, or if you're a thespian, you should never sell your soul for less than 250K 6 episodes. There is a reason television characters are high paid. Exposure. Breezy Bree, what your job is, Breezy? Are you in production? I wonder if she can even get a plea deal of any. I was wondering that. I don't know. I'm gonna be following it, but I was definitely wondering, what can she get? Can she get any of that? Can she even get a plea deal? Because right now they talking about she can face up to 50 years. I'm like, what can they really offer her? She already 50, so what can they offer? I feel like she's gonna do some jail time. I don't know. I don't know. I think I was watching Notorious Queens last night, and Suge Knight's baby mama was on the show. Her mom was trying to get somebody to kill her husband or something like that, and she was went to prison facing life. But I think she only did either 13 or 18, somewhere in between 13 and 18 years, I think. So maybe there is something that Jen could actually, she could actually probably get some type of deal. Not sure, but I do believe she's gonna do some prison time. I really believe that. But we'll just see, as everything continues to roll out. We'll just see how it goes. But we'll move on to some other stories here. Next up, I have is Fantasia. So, unfortunately, well, fortunately, the good thing is that Fantasia is pregnant. She has her new husband that she's been married to for some time now, and they finally are pregnant with a child. She exposed on a video that the child she's pregnant with is actually a baby girl. So, that's super exciting. And this will be their first child together. Well, unfortunately, she was hospitalized after having contractions at 6 months. And so now she's in the hospital. She has to stay in the hospital for some time. So I'm like, let Fantasia stay in there. I hate to say it, as long as she needs to, because I really want to see her give birth to this beautiful baby. I think that's so exciting because, a lot of women, when they get older, they really struggle. And this is one thing that they really want. And I really do want this for Fantasia. Y'all know she's been through a lot throughout her life, and finally being able to meet this match of hers, this guy that she's married to. So I would love to see them be able to have a child together and see how that happens for them. I also hope she comes back to reality TV too. I know she was doing reality TV for a while. She took a break, but after this child and everything calms down, I wouldn't mind seeing a cute little show of Fantasia and her family, because sometimes she be so low key. We don't really hear a lot about her. She don't be in the blogs a lot. It's never really drama as it comes to Fantasia. She keep it real low key. She do her thing. She go on about her business. But I would love to see a reality show regarding her family and stuff. I think that'd be super cool. So let's move on to Utah. Speaking of pregnancies, so Utah has this new law that requires biological fathers to pay half of the out-of-pocket pregnancy cost. First of all, why pregnancy just ain't free to begin with? Why we gotta pay for it? Why do we have to pay for it? Do they pay for it in Australia? I feel like they don't. I feel like Australia people get damn near everything free. I feel like they ain't got to pay for none of their health costs and stuff. So I feel like I wish that would be the same, especially when women give birth to these kids. Y'all only go on to use their tax number or whatever number to continue to make money off them. So it's like the least you can do is allow it to be free for them to come into the world, because y'all gonna continue to milk it, not the parents of the government. So it's like that's the least that y'all can do. Let it be free. The fuck? And I don't really see much wrong with the fathers having to pay the out-of-pocket expenses. Like, if y'all are not married, like, yeah. Okay, the issue for me is it the real father? That right there will be a mess if it's not the father. Now they're saying biological father. So are y'all gonna get a paternity test prior to her having the child? How is that gonna work? Or she gonna be able to just give you a name? And see, that's gonna be fucked up. If a woman can just give a name and say, "Oh, this the daddy, this him over here, ma'am," just put his name on there. So not only is your name on a birth certificate, sir, but your name is also on these medical records. So therefore, the 10,000 that it probably costs, you're gonna have to pay about 5,000 of that, and only to probably find out at a later time that this ain't even your child. So I'm not really sure. I just feel like it should be free altogether. I just think that giving birth should be free of cost. But I don't know how that works with, like, when you're married, the wife could potentially be on the husband's insurance, but if she got her own, maybe they pitch in together to pay that off. Maybe girlfriend, boyfriends do that. But my high concern is more so on the fathers that already get babies pinned on them that ain't their baby, and they got these out-of-pocket pregnancy costs that they probably gonna have to pay too. And now they're making this a law. So that's going to be real interesting. But I read the headline. It just says a new Utah law requires biological fathers to pay half of a woman's out-of-pocket pregnancy expenses. The bill's sponsor says it's an effort to decrease the burden of pregnancy on women. Critics argue it could make abusive situations even more dangerous. I disagree with the last sentence. Critics argue it could make abusive situations even more dangerous. I feel like when you're in an abusive situation, that doesn't matter. a person is going to come up with anything for anything as a reason to be abusive towards you. Like, I don't think it's going to matter. Like, you could be cooking something wrong. You don't cook their eggs how they may want their eggs. You look at them and they think that you looking at them sideways or something. Like, they're going to use any type of situation to create abuse when it comes to you. Not just so much as, oh, I have to pay this bill. Now I got to pay this extra money when this was a child that, you know, you wanted or whatever it was. I can see them using anything outside of just some cost to want to abuse a woman. So I feel like they should have came with something else better than that for being as a critic. But I disagree with that statement. Let me go up and let me read some of y'all comments. Pregnancy is free or low cost in most comparable nations. I'm not surprised. So many men are gonna sue when they find out they're not the dad. That's what I said. I was like, I hope they're able to, like, you know, get that coin back, do something. Because some men, when they find out that they're not the father of the child and they pay child support, they don't even try and go back and fight to get that money paid back to them. Some of them have a heart and they be like, I ain't even gonna do it like that. I'm just glad to be out of the situation, man. This whole whole ain't got nothing to do with me. No. You know what I'm saying? Fair is fair. I hate to say that, you know, but you know, because I am a woman, but like, fair is fair. I just don't believe in women pitting their child on the wrong man. I don't think that's fair unless that man is aware and you guys have had that conversation and he's okay with it. But if he's not, I don't think that's cool. Can't sue if you assume the role of a father. Same with child support. Yeah, if he assumes the role, that's what I'm wondering about. Prior to her having the pregnancy, will there be some type of paternity test that's going to happen? Because what if, as I mentioned earlier, he doesn't assume anything. He probably don't even know. You know, he may just walk in and find out that his shit is on the birth certificate, or that she like put his name on there. She just says put his name on there. Yeah, he's the biological father. Yeah, you know. And he just goes along with it. So yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the same with child support too, in a sense. Like, can't sue if you assume the role of a father. Same with child support. Yeah, but if you find out that you're not the father, you could potentially fight that and get removed from the birth certificate and likely get your money back. But I think a lot of men don't know that. And I used to listen to, I think it was Ricky Smiley. It was an attorney that would come on the radio station and she would kind of talk about fathers that feel as though they don't have any rights, and she would fight for them. And I thought that was good because a lot of fathers do think they don't, and they just sit there like they helpless. No, you're not. You can fight if you really want to fight. You can really fight. You can fight. This is another rules that affects minority disproportionately. If the baby is half yours, then you best pay for it for half of it. The mama already did the most of the work anyway. I agree. If it is indeed yours, I agree. And it really shouldn't even have to have a law for that to be, you know what I'm saying? For that to be what it is. Like, a law shouldn't have to tell you that you owe half on this. Like, that's just what it is. Women definitely go through a lot trying to give birth. Like, I mean, it's sad. And a lot of women have passed away trying to give birth. A lot of women have given birth and shortly thereafter passed away due to complications of the birth. Like, women go through a lot, and people just don't understand that. But then we have these people sit in Congress and in the government or whatever, and it's primarily men, and y'all making decisions on what a woman should do with her body. No, that's not how they go. Until you can birth something out your little, you don't need to be determining what happens with a woman. In some states, they still collect the child support after he has been proven not to be the father. I believe that is true. I do believe that is definitely the case in some states. And I also believe that if you have the right attorney that's willing to fight for you and find the laws that are hidden within the laws, you can get out of that. That's just what those are my beliefs. I could be wrong, but that's what I believe. Because you got to fight for it. Like, if you ain't gonna fight for it, then yeah, we're gonna keep taking the money out your check. Yeah, you assume responsibility. Yeah, that's right. But if you got the right attorney that's gonna be able to be like, well, judge, I'm gonna present this. I heard what you said, but let me open up this case. Let me present this. So You may be able to fight that. Here in California, whether the kid is biologically yours or not, if you're acting as the father, the judge will make you pay child support. Yikes, embarrassing. You can get removed from a birth certificate, but you can't get the money back. That's interesting. And the reason why I say that is because when we be watching paternity court, that's what she tells them. She tells them to go and to get their name removed from the birth certificate and to go to their local courts to see about getting their money back from child support. I think they will make it hell and high water for them to get their money back. But I think it's possible. Uh-oh. It is so important for women to value their bodies and their life goals more so than they do now, and they would not be in these predicaments. Why I advocate folks getting paternity tests, you legally bind yourself to the child financially if you act as the father. You're right that you can get removed from the future obligations, though. Anything you did under the presumption is lost money. Whew. I love Judge Lauren Lake. She be dropping facts. Yes, she does. Let's move on to some other facts, I feel. Let's talk about Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew. So y'all know they're having these vaccinations out there, and they're trying to create these vaccination passports or something like that. And Dr. Drew says that he is team vaccinations. Like get your shot. Go get your shot, you know. But he does not agree with restricting people from travel if they have not gotten the shot. So he says these vaccine passports segregate people and strip them of their freedom to travel internationally. Vaccinations are important, and I encourage everyone to get the vaccine. But how would you feel if international travel also required other vaccinations? Getting a vaccine is a choice, and I encourage everyone to get vaccinated. What about the flu, the measles, polio, tetanus, HPV, pneumovax, and Shingrix? I don't even know what the pneumovax or Shingrix is. I don't know anything about that, but I agree with him. I feel like if you've never required people to have a vaccination passport before, why would you want to start doing it now? That's just, I mean, I disagree with that. It's already an option. Y'all not mandating or requiring people to get the vaccination. So why would you go and create this passport to where people have to get it? So it's like you're trying to back, like, it's your choice whether you want to get the vaccine or not, but we're going to back you into a corner if you want to travel international. Like you can't do that unless you have this. Like, I disagree with that. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts about that, but I don't agree with that. Like, let people have their choice. Like, that's what one thing people like about America for the most part, even though we don't really seem like that. You know, there are freedoms that we have. So it's like, let us exercise our freedom to not get the vaccinations if that's what we don't want to do, and to get them if that is indeed what it is that we want to do. Thank you. And special passport seems like a lot of unnecessary effort. Why can't they just do it like other travel vax? I don't even, what is a travel? Oh, travel vaccination? What do you mean? Oh, you mean like when you're traveling to other places and you just required to have certain vaccinations? Like you got to have that if you're going to like a certain place overseas. I think I know what you're saying. Right. When you travel abroad, there are recommended vaccines for countries. Gotcha. Yeah. That's the same thing that HFG was saying. But as far as trying to restrict people from traveling internationally to other places that do not require those vaccines, I don't really think that's 100% fair. If I ain't going to that area, if I ain't got to get no shot to go to Australia, why I got to get one? Why? If shoot, I mean, hell, these people. If that's the case, you need to give vaccination passports for the people traveling from one state to the other. Cause y'all should not have been down there in Miami, and you sure shouldn't have brought your ass to Georgia for All Star. Okay, so if that's the case, y'all need one before y'all can even come into Georgia. How about that? Or any other state? If we gonna do it like that, that's how I feel. Y'all ain't gonna like that. Y'all don't want to be restricted like that. Now, do you? Exactly. Same thing for people going international. Not at all. So let's move on to Miss Lisa Raye. Okay. I feel like this is a long one. So there was a podcast, and on this podcast, there were of course white people. And the conversation of this podcast was about toasters. So one of the guys named Rob Letterman decided to speak on his toaster. And when they asked him, like, what are your toaster levels? He decided to equate his toaster levels to the shades of Black women. And because he said, I'm going to tell y'all what he says. So he says, first, he gives a disclaimer and says, I may get in trouble for this, but he goes on to say, he has his toaster level on the level of attractiveness of the women that he finds attractive. So I will never go to a Serena Williams level. I never do that. But I'm very comfortable with a Holly Berry level. And I need a little bit of mulatto. I need a little bit of mulatto coming through. That's what he said. The other female host said, well, what about Gayle King? He said, Gayle King, she's not on any of my levels at all. She's not even on my toaster. What the fuck was the first thing? What the fuck? What is this? What is this? I feel that it's very ignorant as fuck because I did not listen to the whole radio show, did not care to listen to a clip. My thing is, if you're talking about toaster levels, keep the conversation about toaster levels. Okay, why the fuck do you feel the need to bring Black women into and our shades into a conversation and then listing them on a level of what you find to be desirable versus what's not? We don't give a fuck who's going to date you, who's trying to smash you, but I guarantee that you're sitting up there watching porn of the darkest women that you can find. That's what's hilarious to me. They love going out and having these conversations as if we're not desirable and they wouldn't want to be with one. Okay, but behind the scenes, that's all they looking at and watching. Yikes. So then Lisa Raye she gets privy to this information on the whole Fox Soul show or whatever the fuck they got going on. And she says that she feels as though it was his preference and it was his opinion. Selena says, no, it was colorist. I feel like it was colorist too. Like, first of all, my thing with Lisa is, did you not understand the purpose of the conversation? The conversation was about toasters. It wasn't about it wasn't about his preference or what he liked, from my understanding. So he was wrong as fuck on all levels, which is why his ass got fired and he's not on the show now. Yet you're sitting up there on your platform and you're continuing to defend him and saying, I think that is his preference. It's okay. That's his opinion. That's his preference. That's what he likes. And that's okay. And that is okay. But that's not what the fuck this conversation was about. It was about toasters, from my understanding. And you over here talking about a preference. So you whack as hell for that. And then TMZ pulls, they see her, they stop her, and then she goes on to say, well, I don't know anything about him being racist. I don't know. I was just saying that, his preference. It's okay. I respect his preference. Okay. And that could be his preference, but it was not a part of this particular conversation. So he tried to make a joke. He tried to demean and down talk Black women and got his ass played the fuck out after what? 15 seconds? 15 seconds of a joke? Are you serious? 15 seconds? And you gonna keep on, Lisa, because you also let me go back. I feel like with Lisa likes to have the unpopular opinion because I feel like it brings more publicity her way. And the reason why I say that is look at and I haven't talked about his situation, but what's his name? Lil Nas X. Everybody had so much to say about this young man's video, talked about him so much, all this other stuff, and y'all helped him get to #1. Y'all helped his shoes sell out. So at this point, all bad press is not bad press. It can actually be good press. And this isn't the first time we've had issues with statements that Lisa has made. So I feel like she prides herself at times on making the unpopular opinion. And she's going to keep on making that unpopular opinion until her unpopular ass is no longer on that show. And those are just my thoughts about that. And it's sad because I ain't gonna lie, I still love me some Lisa Raye though. That's the crazy part. Even though she be saying some fly ass off the handle shit, I still love me some Lisa Raye. That is the crazy part. I'm like, if they brought back Single Ladies and she's on there, I'm tuned in. Like, what? Okay, I'm tuned in. That's the crazy part. But I just want her to, I don't know if the best term, as Justin J would say, read the room. I don't know what the best thing is for her to do, but sometimes I just want you to shut the hell up. Shut up. Just like what Claudia does at times. If y'all pay attention, sometimes Claudia will get real quiet like this. Okay, she don't say shit sometimes. She don't add nothing to the conversation. Nothing at all. So it's like sometimes you just got to be quiet. Because even Vivica was like, I'm gonna sit this one out. Vivica was like, at least this is from the clip, the snippet that I saw. So I didn't see the whole show. I'm just speaking on the clip that I saw. And Vivica was just like, so I'm like, girl, just do what they doing. Do what they doing, okay? Just be quiet. But like I said, sometimes I really do feel like Lisa Raye. A lot of people thrive on social platforms with having the unpopular opinion, and people eat it up. And people going like, y'all gonna respond to the unpopular opinion more than you respond to the popular opinion. So that's what I think she be doing. She probably don't even be believing half of the shit that be coming out her mouth. She just be talking, just be saying stuff like, "Okay, Lisa, uh-uh." Did I hear about Lisa Raye and Vivica Fox jumping another man over a woman? When was this? They had to have been younger, honey. This had to be in the early days. Was this the early 2000s, late 90s? Had to be. Lisa need to shut the F up. She has no depth to have a conversation about this topic. I agree. And I feel like I don't have enough depth to even be talking about the damn topic. So I'm sure she don't. Yes, I mean, yeah, I definitely think that she said it to continue to remain relevant. Y'all gonna continue to talk about her. The only time we for real hear about their TV show is when she says something ignorant and it kind of goes viral, you know. So she's learning, I feel, while being on that platform, that if I say some things that are controversial, people are going to start tuning in. I may be able to secure my spot here while on the show, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like, you know, do your thing, but just understand that at some point that's gonna come and it's probably gonna bite you in your say some point, you know. She gonna do the wrong thing or say the wrong thing at the wrong time, and it's gonna be tap out. Because even when I think about this man Rob Letterman, I feel like this ain't his first time saying some slick ass stuff. This is not this man's first time. He even said, I know, he said, I know I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this. He goes on to say whatever it is that he said, and it had what's that man's name, Marcel Louis Jacques, I believe he's a reporter or something for ESPN. Had he not put that on blast, we wouldn't know anything about it. We wouldn't know, not our culture. We wouldn't know anything about it. We'll be going on about our business. But this man put it up on Twitter, and then next thing you know, it spiraled out of control. It was this big thing, and now he's gone. So I'm sure this ain't his first time doing this. He's done it again, and the shit has backfired. Give Lisa a few more bones, and she gonna be out. I'm just reading you guys' comments, just going through, checking out. Not who is cubic zirconia? Has been done. Who is that? Who is that? I agree. I agree. It's just completely ridiculous. And I don't like that she used that as a defense mechanism for this white man. I didn't like that. Like, it's just his preference. No, his preference should have been to not have discussed us on his show at all, and to not bring black women into a conversation about some motherfucking toasters and the level of a toaster. And then when we rise up to the level of our attitudes and how we respond to your bitch ass, then it's, oh, we are mad black woman. No, we are pissed off as black women, and we're gonna tell you exactly how it is, because we ain't our ancestors how you may have thought that we were. That's the problem. And you trying to make it seem like we the villains. No, you got me fucked up. And the fact that she would just be like, it's his preference, it's his opinion. You know, that's how he feels. Girl, shut the fuck up. Shut up. My grandchild is brown. You sound as dumb as motherfucker Evelyn. Okay, that's like white people having some black people in their family, or their daughter-in-law, their daughter that married a black man. My son-in-law is black. What the fuck does the one person in your life got to do with the wide range of others and how you respond to them when you see them out in the world? You sound dumb as shit. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Mm-mm. Oh, he called it Lisa Cuban Zirconia. Oh, embarrassing. Oh, because of Diamond. That is funny. I only like Lisa Raye when she was about to throw hands with Nicole Murphy and Stacey Dash. Yikes. But yeah, y'all, that's really it. Like that's all I really had for the live quick chat. I try to make them a little quick, not waste y'all time too much. I'm trying to work on doing lives a bit more with you guys. I'm probably gonna do another live tomorrow. I just gotta go back and look up more of this Latoya Ali situation on Real Housewives of Atlanta, the battle she's having between her ex-husband and stuff like that. So many videos popping up amongst the two individuals. So they going at it. Obviously, I guess a divorce is underway if they haven't already got it. And she out here doing whatever she want to do. And I will say this: I saw that she and her new man then got a whole new Instagram. I'm like, girl, are you divorced from the old man? Before you turn around and popped up with this whole not Instagram, I'm sorry, but this whole YouTube channel. Popped up with a whole YouTube channel with this new man. That was fast. I hope he hangs in there. I hope he hangs in there. But I have also wondered, like, are you doing this to create some relevancy around your life so that Real Housewives of Atlanta can bring you back to the show? Is that what you're doing? I'm not really sure, but I hope that it doesn't work because I don't like seeing her on camera. But I feel like they could potentially still bring her back because of how many people don't like her. Like, think about how many people did not like Kenya. Year after year after year, I was definitely one of those people, and they kept bringing her back to our TV screen. So I would not be surprised if she does come back. I'm praying that she does not return. Okay. Can you guys do me a favor? Yes, yes, yes. Please like the video. Please, 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 please like the video. If you guys are in here, I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Y'all did not have to come here and chill with me and kick it with me, but you guys did. And I really do appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying over here on this small YouTube channel. I'm trying to do a little thing, a little bit of something. Let me see what these last few comments are before I head out. The relationship will be toxic as well. Give it 6 months. I believe that. I believe that. I truly believe. Oh, I don't like him already. Like, it's just something about him. I'm like, maybe it's Toya I don't like, and I'm putting it off on him. That's probably what it is. Probably so. Maybe I need to see his character a little bit more. So she has not divorced her husband yet. Remember, Drew told her she should not be with a man until she divorced him. Drew did say that, and Toya said she didn't give a damn. Oh, he didn't give Tasha nothing. So when he sat on the live, he didn't really say anything. Because I think that's what he said. Did he say that? I don't know. I saw some clips. And I think he said she was upset about the interview he did with Tasha, but he never said anything bad about her. So I'm like, okay, now I gotta go back and watch Tasha video. Then I gotta go back and watch all these other videos. Then I gotta go back and watch Toya video. Now I will say, from the clip that I saw of Toya, I feel like it was kind of bogus. Some of the questions she was answering, saying that, should I answer that? It was kind of like bogus, but I was like, wait a minute, I don't want to be the person, even though I don't like her, to say that she's lying about being abused or anything. So I'm like, let me go back and watch. But I do feel like the clips that I heard of her husband or ex-husband or whatever he is, his story definitely seemed more authentic for some reason. But I'm gonna go back and check it out though. Make sure I ain't miss anything. And I think she will be back because of how much drama she caused. I could see that, unfortunately, because they probably want a younger audience on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Not probably, I believe that the hell they do with the new younger people that they brought us. And I can see Toya, unfortunately, stepping into the role of Kenya. I can see her stepping into that villain style role. I really can see. Oh, y'all don't. I don't want to see her, y'all. I really don't. Hey, Jamie. Hey, girl. Hey. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate you. Love you. I don't skip past the thing. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, I will watch this. So, Scotty talked about that last night on a panel. He didn't talk about it on a panel, but he asked me about it. But I have not listened to her tapes yet, but I will, because from what I read in the captions, she was exposing Jennifer, and I believe Shawnee exposing Jennifer about her hearing that Phoebe did indeed call her a monkey. called her out of her name. So I'm so glad that you said that, because I was supposed to go back and listen to that last night and I forgot. So once I get off this live, I'm going to check it out, and I might throw that into a video. Like, I may jumble up with some stuff, because I feel like I want to do Love and Marriage Huntsville, Real Housewives of Atlanta situation, OG. I may talk about Notorious Queen. So I may just do another one of these videos tomorrow or something. I may just jumble a lot of stuff in there in one video. So thanks for saying that, because I'm gonna go back and listen. Yeah, I kind of feel like Toya may have some mental issues. I'm concerned, because I'll be honest, from some of the clips I heard from her husband, it made me think about one of my family members and the person that they married. And she's had some issues, some erratic, like weird ass activity issues. And we know for a fact, based on her medical history, that she has had, mental issues or whatever. So that's what makes me think, when I was watching it, I was like, I think Toya may battle with some mental health issues, for real. I really do. No matter how gorgeous she may look, how she may be out here in the world, how some people may perceive her to be good, I think she really has some deep rooted mental issues that she needs to work on. Yes, he did do an interview with Tasha K. He did Toya's husband, Adam Ali, I think that's his name. He did an interview with her, but I don't think the interview really said a lot from the comments that I saw. But I'm gonna go back and check it out and see. He didn't say nothing bad. He's smart. That's the same. Those are the comments that I've been seeing. That he didn't say anything bad. That's what I've been seeing. He was respectful in his interview. What I saw, I see. Look at there. See, these are the same comments I've been seeing. She said they was divorced. That's interesting. I thought they were still married. Okay. She won't be back with this marital rape claim. That's very heavy. Now that I saw, but I did not see. So I saw comments, but I did not see that part in the video. That's why I gotta go watch it as a whole. I didn't know she said something like that now. Ooh, that's a tough one right there. Ooh, I can't believe she said it. I wonder. But I mean, he seems like he's a really nice guy. He seemed like he wouldn't do nothing like that, but you just don't know people for real, for real. That's tough. Because the reality is, Fallon went after Toya when Toya called her out for having 3 baby daddies, not for making a slur. Oh, I thought it was from a slur. She said that I guess they edited out that part. I thought she was saying that, well, she said the reason that she called her Tree was because she called her a slur. But initially she probably was on her head because of her saying she had 3 baby daddies, and because she was up there clowning her husband. Toya was, I think, had been taking shots from the moment she met the girl. But I think also Toya just was really unhappy in her marriage, and she wanted everybody else to be. I did see the little Uzi and City Girls ghetto on live. I did a video on that not too long ago. It was another quick chat I did on that. I don't think Young Miami likes Uzi. I really don't. I don't think that she likes him at all. I mean, I wouldn't like him based on how he would talk to my friend, but I'll let my friend do her own thing, because she's gonna do it anyway, and she'll make the decision about when she's ready to leave. But the way he was like, you ain't getting on live anyway, and this, that, and the other. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I guess he hopped in Carisha's DMs and got fly with her, and she ain't respond. She left him on red. And next thing you know, Southside decided to, snap off on him. So you gotta learn to respect the ladies. I don't like a person. I don't have rules to protect their feelings. So monkey schmonkey, toughen up. Maybe I am wrong. That wouldn't break me. Oh, you mean as far as OG being called a monkey? I think OG, if you are speaking on that, I feel like OG has been extremely tough this entire time that she's been on this show. But when it comes to speaking on, colorism and how she's felt that, she's merely using that as an example as to what she means. So people keep asking her, what do you mean? What do you mean? I think she's probably just, referencing like these type of comments, these type of things are, what I mean to prove the point that I'm trying to make. She says she has anxiety terribly and she was in a car accident while pregnant. And she had preeclampsia when, ooh. Oh. So maybe she was going through like some postpartum or something. And that was like her third child. As far as Toya, maybe she was just going through like postpartum, and I think postpartum can last for a long time. I don't know what I was watching something, and I feel like this lady was dealing with postpartum for like 2 years or something. I don't know. I was really young when I had my son. I was like 18 years old, so I don't think I experienced that. So I'm not really sure how long postpartum can last, because once I had that boy, I had him on like Tuesday. I went back to school Thursday. Was it Thursday or Friday? I went back to school that same week because I was in college. And I had just been on the go ever since. I don't think I had time to really like sit down and be depressed or feel away or do anything. And I had a lot of help. But that doesn't mean anything. So I don't know how long that lasts. Paul Pierce situation. Now with Paul Pierce, I'm not fully 100% aware, but from what I know, he was on live and he had some dancers, some strippers at the house. One of them was on his back dancing, you know what I'm saying, get her groove on. He told some young lady wherever she was, like, why you ain't out here? I wish you was out here, right? Well, next thing you know, I believe it was ESPN, whatever show he's working for, they decided to lay him off based on that live. And I'm kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it could be more to the story that we may not know about. And they just use this as a perfect time to drop the story, the fact that he's not with that job anymore. Because I'm like, he's in the privacy of his own home. Like, he's doing his live. What's the issue with that? I'm confused about why he would be fired because he got dancers at his house on his personal IG live. I didn't really understand that when a lot of y'all in the ESPN building probably get on the elevator, sniff coke, and go right to work. So I didn't really see anything wrong with that. So it just made me wonder, like, is that really the truth? Did he indeed get fired because he had strippers at the house, or was it something else that's bigger than that? And the way he came back with his post and he was saying something, I don't know what that man said on his post. He said something slick, but whatever it was made me think that my thoughts were right about, because I think he said something about stay tuned, whatever. And it made me think, okay, maybe he was planning on leaving anyway, or they had already severed ties or something like that. He's about to come up with something else, and this was just the perfect time to release that information. You reading an article on Bossa? You're not picking a side, but apparently Toya said that in an interview. She got 2 videos saying she got divorced, and she said he was extorting her for the biggest division of assets to sign off on the papers. Oh, this is messy. That's messy. If Real Housewives of Atlanta turns into All Nieces, I might be out next season. That sounds like a remake of Basketball Wives and Love and Hip Hop. I never even thought about it like that. I never thought about it like that. But I feel like if they did come back with nieces or just different people, just different casts, I felt like it. And also, I don't know for sure, but I'm hearing they may get new production. It may make people more excited because it's like we're getting something new in a sense, outside of what Portia may be the only one staying. But it'll feel like we're getting a whole new show in a sense, so people may get excited about it. At least that's what I was hoping for. But I understand if it does turn into like a Basketball Wives, Love and Hip Hop, it may not be as interesting. Okay, so it can. Postpartum can last a year or more. Okay, thanks for that. Thank you. If that's the case, she needs to go home and stay off TV. I feel for her, but she works my nerves. She does. Girl. She says she still has postpartum. She still got it. And feels he got her pregnant on purpose to stop her from divorcing him. I cannot dispute that. because he did say he was trying to figure out how to make it work. Yikes. Shawnee exhibits a hateful heart. She thinks too highly of herself due to her marriage to a famous and rich NBA star. I believe she suffered childhood issues, which have caused her to be this way now. Well, I can say this, we'll never know because she won't allow us to be in that part of her life, unfortunately. I know she had that man on the show that she was dating for like a split second. We ain't see him no more, and we ain't get nothing else. Shawnee probably was not popular, so now she looks up to Evelyn of the world. Probably a clause in the contract. Mm. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It could have been something that was planned based on how it rolled out for me. That's just what I was thinking. Because it just didn't make that, like, people always party, and that part just didn't make any sense. He could be fired because he said FESPN fired me on the live. Yikes. Okay. Was this was before or after? This was on the live when he was the girl was shaking her thing. So I guess he had been planning on leaving. Okay. If Real Housewives of Atlanta bring in a new cast, I just do not want any of the physical altercations. I like the wealth and glam and designer clothes used. Yeah, pretty much kind of like how it started in a sense. Yeah, without all the fights and stuff. Just the good shade, the good fun shade, because that's what we go for, that enjoyment. If we get rid of all the married wives, who gonna be wives? Fallon gonna be a wife. Embarrassing. Drew gonna be a wife. Shamil gonna be a wife. She got two mates. She got a husband and she got Portia. So she's definitely gonna be double wiped up. And they just gotta find the other married people. That's why I don't work at 8 to 4 corporate America job. You will not strip me of my First Amendment rights. LOL. Hopefully Paul Pierce will be okay. I'm sure he will be. I'm sure he's gonna be okay. I'm sure. And then the beauty thing is when you work for a station like ESPN and the way the world is set up now, it's nothing for people to create their YouTube channel, to create a podcast or whatever, or create a site, a panel talk show and have people stream it on their website. It's so easy now, especially when you have the audience. If you work for a company like ESPN or whatever for 6 months, probably even 3, you're going to already garner in the audience that you need. And once you decide to leave, you could just take that somewhere else. Now, the only issue could possibly be what's in your contract, because they may say something where they prohibit you from doing such for like a year or 2 or something like that, or going to a competitive company, or even creating your own stuff for like so much of time. But even then, it don't matter. Just figure out ways to continue to market yourself, keep your audience up, and then when it's time to go, just go and create your own thing and have your pitch. That's what I would be working on. I'll be creating my own pitch. I'll be coming up with my own show, my own pitch, and in between time, look, I got this contract. I can't do nothing for X amount of time, but once this is up, I want to go ahead and move in the direction of creating my own show, and here are the people that I want to be a part of it. Those are my thoughts, Tom. I hope Toya and Adam work it out, and I hope to see the real hurt on Real Housewives of Atlanta next season. I don't know if they gonna work it out. I mean, they might. Who knows? Anything is possible. Hell, King's around here wearing her ring, and 1 minute Hallmark good, 1 minute they ain't, child. So who knows? Who knows? Can we get Deshaun Snow and her friends to come to Real Housewives of Atlanta? I need to see some Atlanta women who actually have long money in Dunwoody and Buckhead. Y'all think Deshaun Snow, wasn't she on the first season? You think she'll come back? She might. But I want to see Wags Miami come back. I don't know if y'all have seen that show before, but I'm like, can somebody come back and pick that show up and bring that show back, please? Wags Miami, then they did Wags ATL, and then they just stopped it. Lisa Raye is a colorist. I can't say yeah or nay. I feel like I need to hear more shit from her, because I feel like some of the stuff that she said, I don't know if it's deemed fully colorist. I have to go back and see. Does anybody else agree with Polly Sci? I hope I said that right. And if so, let me know your thoughts. I think she's highly inappropriate at times. I feel as though she does things for attention. She loves the unpopular opinion, definitely. But I love to hear more explanation, more conversation around, why you feel that way and why anybody else may feel that way. I mean, I hope Toya and Adam worked it. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I hope they do work that out. I feel bad for the babies, man. Like, I always feel bad for the kids. Because when they get older, they got to see this SHI. And that's just man, that's the sad part. Because things they may, like that baby may not even remember any incidents or anything that happened between the two of them. And then they got to grow up and see this. And they may form a certain opinion about them. So yeah, I definitely feel bad for the children, man. Okay. I hope Amena D flavor. I hope I said that right. I apologize if I said it wrong. Yes, a full colorist. Can you give me more details below? No, I think Lisa Raye. Okay, you didn't finish, Bonator. They didn't bring her back after the first season because she didn't bring any drama. Yikes. Yeah, she seemed like a real boss. She don't have time for that type of drama. I don't see that. But we didn't really give her enough time to be on the show either. Ken needs to run from Mark. He completely disrespected her in front of 1.2 million people. Therefore, it does not matter what he says in private. It don't. I'd be so glad when she started wearing that ring and find her somebody else that's gonna respect her and love on her, because that man is trash. But you know what'll be ironic though? If Kenya leaves Real Housewives of Atlanta and Mark starts acting right. I don't know. I feel like if she left that show, he may start doing right by her. Who knows? Okay, Lisa Raye rides hard for a light skinned women. Whoop, there it is. Yeah, I can believe that 100%. Because I also thought if that man would have said he'll never go down to the side of a Holly Berry on the toaster oven versus a Serena, and he loves his toast like Serena, she would have been up there complaining about that. I definitely can I can agree to that. You know it. I believe that too. I believe she's trolling, but I also agree with the fact that she likely rides for her light skinned people all the time. But it still falls in that category of I want attention. Let me say the most unpopular opinion. Toya and Adam were having issues before they left Canada. She's been unhappy for ages. I bet she was unhappy for ages. She just moved down here and decided to go ahead and take a damn cruise trip and to cheat on her man. Yikes. True. That was giving me, like I said earlier, Evelyn Tease, as if you can't be that. So you're right. It made me think of Evelyn. So you're absolutely right. Deshaun was giving all her husband's money to Bishop Eddie Long, who is taking that money and taking the little boys in the church. Oh, oh my God. Sad case, sad case. Did you hear what the DJ said, wanting the mulatto to come out? It was racially charged, and she defended his comments as a preference. She either dumb or she enjoys light skin privilege too much. Yes, I did. And I spoke on that. Spoke on her and what she had to say about his preference and things. I spoke on that a little earlier in this video. Facts breezy. Kenya should have had her fun with the stripper. I would have cheered for the girl. She should have had some fun, but Brooklyn was there, I guess. I still do not want her with Mark. Me neither. I don't know if a press conference and an apology would be good enough. He needs to pay her for her pain, pay her for her time, and he could say the bullshit because everything is, the risk. Didn't Deshaun have a messy divorce and lost weight? I didn't know that. She may have glowed up like Portia after her divorce. Portia blew all the way up. what I say, glowed. I agree. She says the unpopular opinion to gather clout, and you know it. And with that, I gave you guys a good hour and some change. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off this live. I thank you guys so much for joining me and bringing in this impromptu conversation. And we shall do this again at another time. Thank you guys so much, so much, so much for joining me. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.